everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am fresh faced, completely not really skin prepped, no foundation, because I'm showing you how at the moment I would usually do my foundation on a day-to-day basis. This is on days where I have a reasonable length of time to do my makeup, and it's not really for days when I'm in a rush. If I'm in a rush, I really don't do half this kind of stuff. I don't put nearly this much effort in. There's so many days where I just don't bother and I run out the door. But this is when I have time to sit and do my makeup. This is the foundation routine I go for. The first thing I do, and this is quite important, is I try to remember to cleanse my face before I put any makeup on. Find one of them. Generally I just take the Garnier micellar water and just any kind of cotton round, and I clean my face. This is to make sure I get any dirt, any oils, like any grease, or any kind of makeup residue from maybe the day before or last time I did my makeup, just to get all of that off fresh and ready to start again. To kind of get the residue of that micellar water off my face, I just take plain old bland water in a spray bottle, I spritz that over my face, and then I just dab it dry, and that's going to bring some of that excess product off. Standard method for priming and moisturising my face at the moment is using this Lush Charity Pot hand and body lotion. The reason this is going to work as a primer is because it has the ingredient glycerin in it, which is going to help everything kind of stick to your face, and it's going to help your makeup go on and stay on. And obviously it's very moisturising because it is a lotion for, you know, hydrating your skin. So I've discovered using this as a primer, and I definitely recommend it, and I really rate that for this. I always keep this on my dresser, and that's what I use to moisturise my face and before makeup to prime it. And it's great. It's like £13 for this huge pot of stuff. How much do you get in here? Get 240 grams of product in here, which I think is amazing for £13. Like, you try and find a primer 240 grams for £13, I bet you won't. Not any that you want to be putting on your face anyway, so give that a go. So my next step is to kind of take a full coverage concealer and cover any like spots or blemishes I've got. At the moment I've got quite a big one on my nose and quite a big pimple on my neck. So I take this Benefit Boieeing Industrial Strength Concealer and I just pop some over those to kind of cover that up and help them disappear, because I don't like having pimples on display. Then I take my trusty L'Oreal True Match foundation. I use the shade 1R/1C, which is rose ivory. This is generally my go-to. Like, I keep getting in a rut with this. I keep trying to go and try other affordable foundations, and every time I do I come straight back to this. I just can't help it. I love it so much. I probably get through 2 or 3 bottles of this a year at least. And I like to take that on this Sigma F82 brush. It's just like a round top kabuki. It's perfect for buffing in your foundation, blending it in, building up to a full coverage without it looking patchy. It's so easy to buff. Brilliant. It doesn't steal too much of your product. I love it. It's my perfect foundation brush. I just tend to take a couple of pumps on the back of my hand, and then I tend to spritz my brush just with a little Fix Plus, and then I just work on popping that onto my face. Start with my forehead and then my nose, and then I do the rest of my face. sure I take this well down my neck to make sure that the colour of my neck matches the colour of my face. And I do also take it onto my ears, as you may have seen before, just to make sure everything's nice and matched, because no matter how pale I buy a foundation, it's not pale enough. So I've got to make sure everything is coated. Just make sure everything's nice and blended out. Oh yes, honey. See just how lovely this foundation looks already? Yes. Now I like to use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I use the shade 05 because I am the palest of the pale people. I'm just a very pale person, so the palest shade of whatever concealer usually does the trick. And I just tend to take that down my nose, just on my cupid's bow and on my chin. Now I tend to leave my forehead well alone because my forehead is big, and putting the concealer on to highlight this area is going to make it look bigger, it's going to make it look more prominent, and I don't want that, so I'm not doing that. Generally speaking, any part of your face that you don't want to emphasise, don't put anything that's going to highlight it on there. I just take some under the eyes as well. I don't take too much, just to swatch. And I just dab a little bit on the lids as well to make sure they get enough coverage. And then before I blend all that out, I actually make sure I have some powder ready. So I use the Estee Lauder. This is the Perfecting Loose Powder in Translucent. And I just take that and I tip a little bit into the lid, if I can get it out. And then I just dip, I just dip a sponge in there before I blend out my eyes, and that way I can set my eyes immediately to try and prevent any creasing. So I've got that on that sponge ready to go. And then on this sponge I'm just going to pop another spritz of Fix Plus just to help with the concealer application, the blending, and then I just dab 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 under my eyes and also on that lid as well to cover up that lid. This is important. When you're pregnant, your eye bags get 10 times worse, your eyes get 10 times darker. It is not fun. It is no joke. So concealer has been like my saving grace over this past 7 months, I swear. And then I just set that with this powder and I leave the powder there to bake. Because I'm so pale, you won't really see it as much as you do when other people bake their makeup. But it's there, I promise. And then just the same with the other eye. And then I just blend in the rest of that foundation as normal. Concealer as normal. I just take that same sponge and that same powder and set the rest of my face. These two brushes, they're both by Real Techniques. This one's the contour brush and this one's the powder brush. I use this one, I make sure I wipe it off clean first because I use it for my contouring as well. But I use that to get rid of the powder around my eyes because that powder brush is just a bit too big for that. So I just take this, and this is a really nice size for sweeping away excess powder under your eyes. Like so. And then I take the big powder brush and I just sweep it off the rest of my face and neck and ears. Now I'm going to quickly contour my face. I do that very quickly usually. I just use that same contour brush and I use a Sculpt by MAC. It's their Sculpt and Shape I use their Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape contour palette. It's light medium and it's just got the shade Sculpt here. It's this one in the bottom middle. So I just take that on my brush and I start on my cheekbone, like not on my cheekbones but just under my cheekbones and my jawline. I really don't go precise with this, I just go a little bit. Just a little bit, I don't go precise, I don't go overboard usually. Because if I'm going to go overboard I'm going to cream contour. If I just want a little bit then I just want a little bit. I tend to stick a little bit on my ears as well because I like to look like my ears have caught the sun. Don't ask me why, but I like it, so I do it. And I just do the same on the other side. And then I tend to shade my nose out a little bit. So I just kind of go up the sides with that, again, not precise, not gentle, not anything, just a little bit of product on the brush, go down either side of the nose. Just super quick. And then again, because my head is so big, I tend to do a bit of shading on my head as well. So I do my temples, and I just drag that up onto the top of my head as well. Again on the temple, and on the top of the head as well. Then I just take a little bit more and put it underneath my lip just to add a little bit more shape and like voluptuousness to my lips. So I just take that and just dust it under there a little bit. And to stop my face looking darker than my neck, I also shade the sides of my neck. This is my go-to blush at the moment. This is the Urban Decay Afterglow 8 Hour Blush in the shade Indecent. And this is the colour here. It's just a nice kind of like nude peach kind of deal. This is the brush I usually use. It's the Real Techniques blush brush. Is that what it's called? Yeah, blush brush, just blush brush. And I really like the way this deposits foundation. It just, not foundation, oh my god. I really love the way this deposits blush because it just gives a light wash of colour. It doesn't like stamp it. It gives enough pigment, but it washes it rather than stamps it. So I just dip it in. You don't need much at a time. I smile and hit the apples of my cheeks. For a nice wash of a peachy glow. Then I take that same palette as before, it's just got the same powders in it, but I take this palest shade here, this is Emphasize, and I just pop that on the tops of my cheekbones and on the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow. Just to kind of add a little bit more shape to the face. And a little bit on the chin. There we go. I don't take this on my forehead, again, because I don't like my forehead, I don't want to emphasize my forehead. So that is my base totally finished. Very often is I'll take MAC's Fix Plus and just give myself a heavy spray. So that's how it looks when my foundation is all finished with my contour and blush and highlight and everything. I would then go and finish this off with my eyes and my lips, but this is as far as I'm going today. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. Make sure you check out the description box for a list of all the products I've used. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell to make sure you get notified next time I upload a video. Leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!